Hi, this is Stephanie Fair, and the Tech Facilitator at Butler High School, and these videos we're talking about how to integrate your Google Files into your Canvas courses. In the previous video, we talked about a few of the options to integrate Google into Canvas, and those being copying and pasting links into Canvas and setting your share settings, using HTML code and the URL to change the document to hand out copies in Canvas. This video is going to focus on embedding items into Canvas and also the things that Canvas can directly do for Google to embed. So we're going to start with going to Canvas this time and looking at what I'm discussing. In our Canvas course, I'm in my sandbox and I'm working on a sample assignment for all things Google. In the last video, we talked about just copying the links and putting them on there, but this time we're going to do a few things differently. So when I click Edit, I'm going to actually erase the things that we already have in here. So instead, in my rich text editor of just copying and pasting URLs, we now have a feature in Canvas that will allow a teacher to directly access their Google Drive from Canvas and embed or link things. So if you're looking at your rich text editor in the second line, if you get it about halfway across, you'll see a V that's blue, and this is for your more external tools. When you click it, you have an option to upload Canvas or Google Apps right and directly into it. The way you get these external tools into your Canvas is under Settings, you go under Apps and you add your apps. So for example, I've added Quizlet into mine so I can directly drop Quizlets from my account right into my Canvas course. There are thousands of different apps that you can do this for. So Google is now enabled for all of you. So when you click Google Apps, it's going to, if you've already used this before, you don't have to authorize it again, open your Google Drive. Now, just like students, when you open your Google Drive, your folders will appear first, followed by your files directly below your folders. So if I want to put a folder on here, or if I want to put a file on here, all I will need to do is find the file that I'd like to go on, my document or my assignment. Remember, this doesn't have to be an assignment. This can be an announcement, a discussion, a quiz. Okay, so once I find it, I can click link. What it will do is it will do that copy and paste that I had previously done right into my document for me, and then I just have to go down and click save. So now my Google Drive will talk with my Canvas course. If I don't want it where my kids click the file and have one more click to open, I want it clean. So when they click the assignment, my document automatically opens. What I can do is click the external tool link, that V, and go back to apps, and I'm going to embed it this time. The difference between a link and an embed is if it's embedded, the file automatically opens as soon as you click whatever it is. You don't have to have an additional click to get to it. So if we're talking about good philosophies in documents and in website design, then it's better to have fewer links, so that way you don't lose your audience. So when I click embed, what it will do is it'll look gray on here as a teacher. Now I have the link, but then I also have the document. And when I click save, I will actually see what my students will see. And in the place of the gray placeholder is literally my document that opens on my page for my students. They won't be able to access it. They can pop it out if it's too small for them. But now my document is directly there for them. Okay? So that makes it easier. However, as a teacher, this is great for documents, but oftentimes I teach off of Google Slides. And if I embed a Google slide, and I can show you that right now, I'm going to erase the document here, and I'm going to put the slideshow in this time. So I'm just going to highlight my box and delete it. Let's find a presentation or a slideshow in here. What you're going to find is it opens the slideshow just as it would in Google Docs, which is okay, but it might not be as user-friendly as I would prefer. So let's click this one and click embed. All right, and when I click save, I'll show you what I mean. So my students are going to see in my assignment my slideshow, but literally it's my slideshow just like it would be in Google Slides. It's not in the presentation view, which is okay. But most of the time when I teach, just so you know, I'll show you what I traditionally teach with. Generally, when I teach my courses in Canvas, I much prefer to have my slides already in that presentation mode so that the kids can click through it. There's not another click and it's not confusing to them. So I'm going to show you how to embed a presentation directly into your Canvas course as well. And this time, instead of using the tools that are already available to you in Canvas, we're going to actually go back to Google. So you want to open your slideshow for Google. And once you have your slideshow open, you want to go under File and click Publish to the Web. Now, you can link it and it will give you a link. You can adjust how often you want it to move and if you want to restart. I like this embed, the second one. So I normally do it small or medium size. Large is just too big, especially if they're looking at it on a phone. 30 seconds every minute I personally prefer, because otherwise it's just too fast blinking through. It doesn't matter to me if you select these or not, but what you'll notice is there's a code in this box once you've clicked published once. You want to copy this code. This is HTML code. You don't have to understand it. The benefit of this is next semester when I teach this exact same course again and I just need to change the dates on my slideshow. When I do that and I change my slideshow, it's automatically going to change it because it's embedded anywhere that I already have it linked. So this makes my life so much easier. So I'm back at my assignment in Canvas. I'm going to erase the one that I've embedded by clicking Edit again. And again, if I can't see it, I'm just going to click that gray box. Okay, now in order to embed HTML code, I've got to switch it from this rich text editor to HTML editor over here on this top right. Don't freak out with all the code, just copy and paste it where you think it needs to go. And when you switch it back, you're going to have a box, a blank. When you hit save for your assignment and go back to it, now your presentation will be in presentation mode for the assignment for the students, and they can click through it. So again, it's just a personal preference which way you'd prefer it for your class. I like it in presentation mode. You can also do it in slide mode. You can directly embed Canvas and Google Now talk directly to each other.